So, I mean, nobody ever said that to me. Just to make that clear. No one ever said that to me. But the idea was communicated non-verbally with the fact that they were following me around the club after a $10 drink or $20 drink. Like, come on. Do I need to buy you a drink now for you to stop following me? All right, guys, so let's really quickly ease on down the road to E2 Nightclub. If you're from Chicago, or I feel like just like all around the world, you guys remember E2 Nightclub, February in 2003. They basically had a stampede in there where 21 people lost their lives. So, which is interesting because this whole thing happened 21 years ago. It was 2003. We're just starting 2025, but at the end of 2024, that was when the E2 building was basically taken down. They demolished it. They said they were failing a lot of codes or whatever, but a lot of the family had mixed reviews. Me being a person who knows someone, well, my sister's husband, someone in his family actually passed away in E2 Nightclub. So that definitely hits home. And when I was watching the stories that I was seeing from the news, they had mixed reviews. Some people wanted it to be memorialized as a place where, you know, a lot of people passed away. Some place where they can come back and visit, not some place where you guys are going to make something new next year. But then other people wanted it to be gone anyway because I guess it brought back too many bad memories. But yeah, so I just want to say we're just keeping the families in our prayers because that did happen about 21 years ago where 21 people lost their lives in a stampede, which just doesn't make sense, right? So basically, I guess they sprayed them with pepper spray and a lot of people started running, turned into a stampede. And like, even in 2003, it just didn't seem like sometimes you say that like, oh, you know, it's going to be something crazy, you know, because the way clubs used to be packed, I think even now the way clubs are packed, people get nervous and say, okay, so like, where are my exes? This is crazy. It made me think differently in the club for sure, even though in 2003, I couldn't go to the club. But, it made me think differently in the club because it's like, where are my exes? There's so many people packed up in here, and especially back in the day, they used to pack people like sardines in the club. So I don't know. It's just heartbreaking. My heart goes out to those families. And if you wanted it to be torn down or not, I pray that you guys find some type of closure in what happened. Let's ease on down the road to something else that's a little bit more Chicago news. Drea Kelly actually sat down with Carlos King. One thing about Carlos King, he gonna bring the people to sit down and he's gonna ask the questions that we want to hear. One of their conversations kind of led to Drea Kelly kind of breaking down a bit because one of her daughters is claiming to be a victim of her ex-husband, which is R. Kelly, and basically said that her father kind of like essayed her and abused her. Drea Kelly actually goes through a whole story where her daughter actually called her and her daughter was upset and she didn't know what was happening, and she's saying that she didn't know until further on down the line that the reason why she was so upset was because of her father essaying her. I don't know. It is a very delicate topic because I think Drea Kelly wanted to stand up for herself because, you know, as a mom, I don't care what nobody says. You know, she stayed around. She raised her kids. She didn't want anything bad to happen to her kids. She definitely didn't want one of her own children to be a victim to her ex-husband. But this happened. Her daughter called her. And a lot of people are thinking like, well, why didn't you just go over there? Well, Drea was saying that I couldn't go over there because the judge said that I wasn't supposed to be over there. He had the ability to have his viewings with our kids when I wasn't there. It was not monitored visits. So like if I did go over there, she called the police. She told them what was up. They said if she did go over there, if he shot her, you know, he wouldn't get in trouble for killing her because she's on his property, blah, 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 blah. Trespassing. Some mothers, I'm not a mother yet, will say, hey, I'm gonna go over there and get my child, because you don't get to just put your hands on my child and I know what type of monster you are while I'm not there and you got my daughter crying. That's not cool. But other people are like, well, or even me, I'm like, I kind of get where she's coming from to why she didn't go over there, because they're saying that she called the police. They said she would go to jail and all this other stuff. But didn't you have somebody to bond you out? Like, I don't know. But I do also get the fact that you know the monster, allegedly. Well, I guess not alleged because he's locked up. You know him. You know what he's capable of. So a part of you, like, it's a catch-22 situation. A part of you does want to go over there, but the other part is like, because I know you, I know what you're capable of, and I would hate for some of the stuff that I witnessed that happened to the other girls to actually happen to my child as retaliation for me going over there and trying to get her back. I don't know. Drea Kelly, like, she definitely, I know she probably is in therapy, because I think with a lot of things that went on with R. Kelly, you absolutely need therapy, and especially when it bleeds over to your own children. That's the toughest pill to swallow, because you could sit up here and say, oh, I knew what was happening with this girl, and I knew what was happening with this person, and I witnessed him lock this girl up. But when you say that you recall a time when your daughter called you crying and you knew something was wrong and you didn't go over there, the amount of regrets, probably nightmares you have about not being able to be there to save your child is like unbearable. So I really, really, really feel bad for her. I definitely pray for her. I don't know. What do you think?
I think, I feel bad because I can't imagine having to make that decision. Should I go be the hero that my daughter is asking me to be? Because she called her and she asked for her help, you know? Or should I sit back and try to be political about it and do it the right way? That, I don't know. Who knows if my daughter will understand that I wanted to, but I couldn't. I felt like I could. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Me personally, I would have risked it for sure.
Yeah.
I know I would have risked it. I already know that. But hey, is it the right thing or wrong thing or whatever? What situation would it have landed us in? But I would have reached out for sure.
Yeah. And I think maybe because she was a victim too, she wasn't thinking right. Like, she wasn't thinking correctly, because of course I would have, I feel like I'm not in this situation. I've never been in this situation. Right. I would have messed up my car. I would have been in jail. You know what I'm saying? And then people would have been interviewing me about my story coming out of jail after he gets locked up or whatever. You know, how do you feel now that he's locked up? You spent 3 years in prison after trespassing and bringing a gun onto his property to murder him, whatever. And I feel like maybe I would have a story to tell, and then my child might also appreciate me more. But it's catch-22s, because it's also stories where parents have tried to do stuff for their kids and their kids are upset with them for being away so long, because we don't know how long she would have gotten in prison or whatever. But at the same time, if your daughter called you, you probably could also coerce your daughter to telling the police what happened too. Or don't even call them. If you go over there, you go on rogue, fine. Now, when they sit you in their room or whatever, you tell them to tell, you tell them put you on the phone with your daughter, or you figure out a way to get on the phone with your daughter so your daughter can tell the investigators what happened to her, so that then you can even get out of jail and you can continue to take care of her. And maybe earlier dad would have went to jail for all the things that he done, and then he would have also her father would have went to jail, and then he would have also not been able to hurt more people.
And that's another case of the system, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are talking about the system failing these different families and these different children. And you know, I don't really super want to get into that, but fathers' rights being a thing that some niggas is abusing. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas are using the father's rights movement as an opportunity to get their lick back, get their get back. I got the baby now.
Right.
Yeah. What? I don't know. It's weird. But I feel like, shoot, R. Kelly's probably one of them people that was like, I have rights. I'm gonna get these kids and do what I want to do with them as their father. Like, that's my right.
Yeah.
And also too, not getting the kids make you look like you up to no good.
Right. And I think on both sides, mothers and fathers have abused their rights. I think the truth is, like, okay, fathers have abused their rights, mothers have abused their rights, but at the end of the day, we got to stand on what's right. And what he did was not okay. And in a lot of instances, like you said, a lot of men abuse that. So it kind of makes people not want to stand up when something bad happens, when they know or they heard stories of when people went to court and they just like brushed it off, especially with his power that he had, with the amount of money that he had. Because Drea Kelly, you know, her last name is still Kelly. Even after what he did to her kid, even after all the things that she's went through, her name is still Kelly. Why is her name still Kelly? Her name is still Kelly because it's power behind that name. So in a way, like, she knew that she was powerless in a way in the court system unless she had some extremely good evidence, a personal video that she recorded herself that she could submit and say, this is what happened. How do you know? Not just from the eyewitness news, but also from this video, because people were not going to believe her. He had the money to make the courts favor him, and that was dangerous. And I don't even want to say in lighter news, Wendy Williams was seen at her son's graduation. So I guess that's positive. Shout out to her son for graduating. That is a huge accomplishment. I'm so proud of you. Even after all he's going through, like, it's hard to see your parent who raised you and who was so quick with it and so smart and so many wonderful things, to change to be somebody that you have to take care of. This changes to a woman who can't even take care of you or really, I don't know, talk to you and have those same conversations that she used to have. But the plus is she still showed up for his graduation, and that was beautiful. The heartbreaking part is, if you see the footage of her there, it did seem like you could tell she was still struggling. I think the main thing that people see, like when people have dementia too, like the confused part, you see it in their eyes. They're just like, they try to click in, but you know a part of them is missing because they're confused. They don't really get it. It's just so hard. I mean, that's horrible. I don't know. That's horrible. I mean, it's a plus and a minus at the same time. It's great that the shell of her was there, but the rest of her was on a different level to where she wasn't present for real. And I know that was hard for him because he was happy probably that she was there, but she wasn't present. Oh my God. And I remember on a lighter note too, I remember watching her show and she used to just talk about her son so much, and she loved her son so much. And I just cannot believe that her little baby that she used to always talk about is now a graduate of college. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to see, y'all. This is not great. That's a silver bow in my head. But it feels like that when you see like Wendy Williams' son graduates. What? But with that being said, y'all, it has been a episode and a half. We've had so much to talk about, heavy on the relationships. I'm in a new relationship. Flash the picture of my boo up. I'm joking. That's too deep. Look, I would never do that. It would take a minute for that to happen, for me to put my boo up there, because I know how you hoes are. And because I know I'm going to hide mine, tuck them to the side.
It'll be a wedding picture.
Right. I'm gonna hit y'all with that wedding picture. I'm not even gonna go that deep. Like, even with like posting on Instagram and all that, I used to get so annoyed when my like person I was in a relationship with like didn't post me or something. I'm like, no, I need to be all up and down this page. Because nowadays I wouldn't even post a man all up and down my page, because I know the negative energy that could bring in, or the negative circumstances that can put that person in. So you might get a glimpse here and there. No face, no case. You hear me?
It'll be the arm at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our ankles next to each other. Look at our shoe game. You type shit.
Yeah.
But also too, like, I don't know. I've never felt that pull. I've never felt that obligation to say, hey, everybody, here's my person. Like, I've never felt that.
I don't know.
I can't. I don't know. Everybody, my social media is for that type of shit. Not the super personal shit. Not my man. I could be so madly in love. I'm not. That don't have nothing to do with y'all.
I don't know. Back in the day, I really, really, really feel like I would have. But I think sometimes when you have that urge, it's due to the type of person that you're dealing with, and it's like to do a little spritz on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, mark my territory, spritz them out. Yeah, there he is. But now I feel like if I have to spritz on you, you don't need to be in my spot, because I'm not battling nobody for a relationship. I'm not battling nobody to say this my man, my man, my man. Like, no, it's not that deep. And I also feel like the I don't know, the mystique of having a no face, no case actually is better. And just kind of living your life, period. Sometimes we want to live our life on the internet. When you, I don't not verify yourself, but when you're able to basically love yourself enough, you don't need that validation from the world. So I think now at this big age, like I think back in the day, like that's why I was attracting those type of people, was because I needed outward validation. Now I can inwardly validate, and I know I'm validated in that, and I know that the type of dude like that I want. I'm just gonna say that. And I don't know. I'm still gonna be posting, like, look, the little restaurant stuff, the little matching whatever Apple watches, matching whatever Cartier bracelets, some cute matching, well, you know, stuff like that. But I don't really want to post that person, because that's my person until we get married. And then I might, like, you know, post their face or something. But my social media is not going to be all about them. I'm not going to have a family page, I don't think. I'm not going to have a family page, but I feel like I don't want to say you can have my password, but you can be able to open up my phone or something. Like it's still that transparency, but I'm not going to have an open page. And I feel like I know for my person is going to be that transparency, and they don't have to have like a not an open page, but a joint page. Like, no, I want you to have your identity. I want to keep mine, and then we bring it together when it's important. Or yeah. We're gonna have some personal parts of our lives that are just for us. Yeah, and I think when you publicize everything and it's nothing that's just for you, you have the spark dries up quick.
The relationship becomes performative, and you start to live for that. Live for the post. Live for the reactions from the post. Live for, oh, your husband is so funny. Start living for that.
You said for your husband is just so fine.
Funny.
Period.
Oh my God, your husband's so funny. Now you just living to catch every moment he do some funny shit instead of living in the moment with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or for him, like, I don't know, whatever validation he could get from posting his wife all day, every day, or them, you know, you start living for the social media instead of putting the phone down in the day
and planning it out. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I just know I cannot wait to meet my husband, because I'm so sick of this online dating thing, and I'm gonna get off of here because it's time for me to sign out. And now I'm on my soapbox. But I'm so over online dating. That shit pisses me off. And the amount of trash bags we have that, what do you call that shape shift to being freaking man, is just disgusting. Like, first of all, half the time I'm wondering, how do you have a phone? You don't have, bro. Yo, Obama phone take pictures. How Obama giving you smartphones now? All these niggas need dumb phones. They don't need to be able to do nothing but accept calls and check their voicemail. Because if you're not, look, if you need a jitterbug until your business is in order, okay? And I'm standing on that. All 2025. We not getting off of that, okay? So, G. Apple dating. Not Apple dating. I didn't know they had that. Do it. Facebook dating, trash. Plenty of Fish, trash. Hinge, trash. Somebody told me about this website called Boo. Never tried it. Probably trash.
Probably trash.
Because the story she was telling me about her boo, I'm like,
and you know, a lot of these dating apps be having the upper echelon people that they deem upper echelon behind the subscriptions now.
That's why I don't be getting messages.
You can't even see the fan niggas for free no more. You gotta pay.
Do they pay? Are these the pay? Are they hiding all the payers? Or because if they are, I get it. I get why I'm not getting all the messages like I need. But
hello.
But are they just hiding the payers? I wonder.
I wonder too. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's ever. I do know that a lot of those guys have paid subscriptions too, but I think it's just the people that they deem upper echelon based on statistics, based on how many right swipes they get, how many messages, interactions they get versus not. And so they will take somebody that you could potentially match with and not even show them to you because you need to pay to see this guy.
You didn't pay $10.99.
You didn't pay.
Okay. Well, I knew it was something, but forget it. I'm not paying $10.99. I'm outside all 2025. So if you want to find me, I'll be outside.
You pay $10.99 for the lemon drop.
Yeah. Ugh, girl. You got to get the lemon drop. Then you got to run out of the club because the nigga be, meet me in the bathroom, head ass. No, nigga, no. They so cheap. So, I mean, nobody ever said that to me. Just to make that clear. No one ever said that to me. But the idea was communicated non-verbally with the fact that they were following me around the club after a $10 drink or $20 drink. Like, come on. Do I need to buy you a drink now for you to stop following me?
And let's make it even so I can have some peace.
Damn. But until next time, you guys, I love you guys to life. I hope you guys are having an amazing beginning to your 2025. And we just gonna keep it going, keep it popping. We going up all 2025.
Set a goal.
Set a goal right now. 2025, we blowing up. No cosign. Okay. Cause I feel like I forgot to talk about it. Because you know my girl was a nepo baby. They say Young Miami was a nepo baby or whatever because her auntie was Trina, and I don't have that. So my goal is just to keep working. It's so hard to keep working when you don't have somebody like. I don't even want to say, I'm not going to say that it's nobody that could ever give me a cosign, but I would say so many people are against that in my society where I'm from in Chicago to where I know I can depend on that. So shout out to Trina for even like, I don't know, maybe helping her, even encouraging her, because I think where I'm at now, nobody even encourages me. It's just like, so what, bitch? You gotta show. So like it's like more animosity instead of like kindness and like, you know, this is what I would do or any advice. It's just like take advantage. I was joking. keep that in there. Keep that in there. That's all they can say. That's only advice that you get. No, maybe you should take that out. But anyway, my goal 2025 is follow my schedule. Find my audience. That's my goal. To follow my schedule, meaning be a 5 a.m. girly. Mm-hmm. To find my audience, meaning find the people that identify with me that we can have a good conversation with, that we can really get into things with, and that we can mutually learn from. Them learning from me learning from them.
Yeah. And
to take care of myself completely, mind, body, and soul, because that's important. Ooh. You know, like that's why I feel like I'm not in a relationship right now, because a lot of times as women, and even me, especially me, you know, you grow up in families of people who believe that, oh, if you're a good woman, you need to get married and you need to have a man to do this and do that and do the other. And then you start chasing that before you're complete. And then, which is why I'm so grateful that none of the men that I ever been in a relationship did I marry or did they marry me? Mm-hmm. Because when I was in those relationships, I was a people pleaser and I was doing things to help them along their journey. And at the same time, I was forgetting my journey. I was forgetting the things that I liked. For a long time, I couldn't even tell you what I liked. People like, what do you like to do? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? And that's dangerous, you know, because as a woman, as a human, there are things that you love, there are things that help you to get towards your goals, and there are goals that you should have as a person. So with that being said, my goal is to make sure that I am pouring into myself, my mind, meaning I'm reading more, I'm listening to things that complete me, not just music that's like trash music, or whatever music, even uplifting music. Like, music is great because it gets to a certain part of your brain, but I also need to be consistently educating myself so that I can have the vocabulary and I can have the mental wherewithal to stand or talk to anybody. So that's my mind. My body is important. I want to be alive and well and doing good at 92. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to do that, I have to pour in my body. I just can't expect my body to do things on its own just because. And then also my soul. So that means like feeding into myself, I guess spiritually, sitting with myself, meditating, setting out time for me to learn things that help me to feed my soul. So until next time, y'all, I hope you guys are crushing your goals in 2025 or just making some lifelong goals, because it's not going to be a new me in 2025. It's going to be the same me evolved. Okay? Just like the iPhone. I'm the next level. So go ahead in the comments and go ahead and tell me, what are your goals? What is your 2025 goals or life goals that you're setting out right now, so we can start that conversation and so I can find my tribe. So until next time, if you're not already following me, go ahead and follow me at 777 a.m. the number again. Shout out to Royalty Productions. Thank you so much for allowing me to have my wonderful podcast in your space. And shout out to Kelly DeBells for being an amazing producer and DP, right? So I guess, I don't know. I'm learning these words because I be on YouTube, okay? And be an amazing DP, so I really appreciate you. But until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. Put your goals down in the comments and send it to your best friend. And tell your best friend, put her goal down in the comment, and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and wherever. Facebook is something different, so we ain't gonna worry about that. Peace out.
For sure.
And if you are available, I'm just joking, cut that part out.